Okay, so for number 32 and 7.4, we have this situation with a, what is this thing? Tower. Some kind of tower, and it's got some kind of a wire attached to it. Presumably it has a couple, right? Kind of dumb to tie it on one side. But they tell us that the wire attaches 40 feet up the structure, and that it's tethered 42 feet out from the base. Okay? They want us to figure out how long the guy wire is. Cool? So what's your first step with a word problem? Don't panic. Seriously. First step, don't panic. Second step? Read it. Okay, we kind of mumbled our way through it. What's the next step? Draw a picture. They already gave me a picture. I just copied the picture out of the book. I didn't add anything to it. Okay, now I added something to it. All right, so I got my picture, and what am I trying to do with this?
So find out length of
Yeah, math, right? I want to find out how long this is. Okay, so what do I use for this? Okay, I might want to remember the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem requires one thing of this picture. What is it?
It has to be a 90-degree.
Yeah, it has to be a right triangle. It doesn't specify that. I guess we'll assume it, right? This might be a crap assumption. It happens. Let's assume that this is a right triangle so that we can use a tool we have. Otherwise, we'd have to take a whole trigonometry class before we could solve this. That would be kind of annoying. Like, don't wait. Wait for it. In Math 8, we'll solve this one. Right? Yeah. All right, let's assume it's a right triangle, and then we'll solve it anyway. So, what's the Pythagorean theorem say?
A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Okay, what's important about that? I need to remember one other thing other than the right triangle. Why are you raising your hand?
Well, since the long one has to be C.
Yeah, the long one has to be C, right? Okay, so what does that mean playing the role of C?
X.
X? So something's going to be x squared, right? What's the left-hand side?
40 squared plus 42 squared.
Okay, cool. Yeah? Right, really, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, okay, here's A, here's B, here's C, and I'm cramming it all into A squared plus B squared is C squared, right? Really, there's an if for that, too. You know, if right triangle, A, B, C, then, right? That was my concern about the right triangle. I'm not sure this thing applies. Okay, once I'm here, what do I do? Square stuff out. Okay, so what's 40 squared?
1600.
1600. What's 42 squared?
1764.
64.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's supposed to be x squared, right? Now what?
Add both of those together.
Okay, add those together and get 3364 is
X squared.
x squared. Then what?
Square root of 7.
Okay. Square root both sides. Don't forget your plus or minus. Is one of those going to make sense here?
Yeah.
Yeah, only one of them is going to make sense here, right? The negative guy wire is probably not an option. So I've got plus or minus the square root of 3364 is
58.
I don't like this. Why don't I like this?
You lost your X.
Yeah, I lost a x, right? Okay, we'll put it back over here. Right, x was supposed to be this thing. And then this thing is also 58. So, oh yeah, plus or minus, right? Good call. Now what?
X is equal to 58.
Okay, so x is 58 or x is minus 58, right? And then this one doesn't make any sense, so I can drop that. So do I circle 58 and call it a day? Yeah, we should write a sentence, right? Like a person. What's your sentence like a person say?
The length of the line is going to be 58 feet.
Okay, so the length of, and they called it something, so I should call it that too.
Guy wire.
They called it a guy wire. Is 58 period feet. Does my sentence look okay?
Yeah.
Really? Length. The length of guy wire is 58 feet. Yeah, I kind of lost a word, right? You see that? Preferably correct grammar. I'll settle for subject verb. Okay. All right, awesome. That looks good to me. Is this approximately like even in the ballpark of a right answer? 58. Does that seem legit?
Yep.
Yeah. If I had gotten like 28, yeah, that's probably not right. Just check, do that little ballpark check in your head, like, hey, is this even the right realm of answer? Right? If I'd like forgot to square root and I'd got 3,364, right ballpark or not? Probably not. The wire doesn't probably need to be longer than both the ground and the tower. Cool? All right, awesome.